of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Apparently I've been sitting too much today. The clerk will call the roll, please.
Tisha
Here.
Burris,
Here.
Morwen,
Here.
Johnson, Basom,
Here.
Peterson,
Here.
Yoder.
Here.
You have the agenda in your board packet. Are there any additions, corrections, or deletions?
Mayor,
Yes.
I would like to add, under new business, a discussion about the traffic light on the intersection of 66 Main Street.
Which one goes
East
south?
end.
East end? Okay.
And then we need to, I think under existing business, there's something that says master plan, that's a carryover, we can strike that.
Okay.
And then add under new business, fire department building electrical upgrades.
Any other additions, corrections, or deletions? Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported to approve the agenda as amended. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Any public comments? Hearing none, we'll move along to the minutes of the November 24, 2015 meeting. We also have public hearing minutes to approve as well. Any additions, corrections, or deletions, first of all, to the public hearing minutes? Do we have a motion to approve those?
Motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Support.
Moved and supported to approve the minutes to the public hearing November 24, 2015. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We also have the regular meeting minutes. Do we have a motion to approve those?
Motion to approve regular meeting minutes.
Support. Moved and supported to approve the minutes to the regular meeting November 24, 2015. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Jamie, we have your report in our board packet. Any comments on that report?
I don't have anything to add except for this extended fall has allowed us to get out and do a little bit more with the leaves and flower beds downtown, so kind of grateful for that.
And you might get a little bit more warmish weather before
Yeah.
it's done.
Incredible.
Any questions on Jamie's report?
I'm just curious. I know we talked about water waste before and everything. Treated wastewater, does that include stormwater or not?
No.
No, not to treat.
Then how can we treat 92,000 gallons more than what we pump?
Can you answer that for us, Jamie?
But the number is greater, it could have to do with rainfall or snow melt and things like that. But typically, your number is not larger for
Well,
wastewater.
But we just said that storm water is
Well,
not.
out of the treatment facility.
Oh,
Yeah, so the
okay.
stormwater is included in the treatment ponds, so like total gallons of treated wastewater.
Oh.
It's not in the sanitary, it's just what's in
Oh,
the
okay.
retention pond.
I understand.
So it's not running out the roads.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions? Thank you for that report. We have the police report. Chief, any comments on your report?
No, nothing to add to that.
Any questions on the chief's report? Thank you for that report. Jake?
Pretty short report this time. We've got some movement. We're starting negotiations with the county to discuss potential for their contribution to our downtown development authority. If you'll remember right, they opted out during that opt-out period of the TIF capture plan that we've presented and ratified. But it sounds like we're going to be able to hammer out a deal for a multi-year deal where they contribute something to that downtown development authority. So that's good. I'm optimistic we should get that nailed down and finalized by April. The houses have been demolished. It sounds like this week they're going to come through and pull out the rest of the foundations and backfill the sites. We've already had interest in 2 of those lots. A couple people have come in and One person is interested in purchasing and building a house on one of them, the other one, I haven't had a chance to reach out to them yet, they were here when I wasn't, and left a note saying they're interested in purchasing a lot of Grove Street, so, that's good. As you guys know, we want to recoup as much of our investment as we can in that, so. Final designs for the Veterans Park, that stuff is, I should have final phase 1 cost projections, so for the fields, the parking, the trail connector, and the asphalt trail running through the length of the park. All those phase 1 components, we should have hard firm cost estimates by December 18th. From there, we'll put together our fund development strategy. So as you guys have seen, we've targeted quite a few private foundations, state grants, local areas where we might be able to generate some dollars. You know, we've kind of targeted all these things. Once we have a firm idea of the cost, we kind of put together a funding strategy and say, okay, we're going to use, you know, these, if we can levy these private foundation dollars, we use them for match for this grant, X, Y, and Z. So we should have a pretty formal strategy down here, I'd say in the next month or two, and then we're going to be hitting the road and doing quite a bit of fundraising. So, yep, you've got your municipal email address sheet now. So if you can't log into that, if you have trouble with that, I'll leave the iPad or bring it back in, and I'll see if I can get you sorted out. So the RFP for the single hauler solid waste removal in the city limits went out to 4 different firms. Waste Management, City Sanitation, Republic Services, and Granger Environmental. We're giving them 30 days to review the bids, to review the bid package and then submit. So we'll examine those after the holidays and see where our options are.
Any questions on Jake's report? Thank you for your report. Move along to the discussion on the East End Light. What did you want to discuss, Carol?
I noticed that and I haven't detected what the pattern is, but they're using a blinker system for part of the time. And it threw me because as I was traveling north on 66, the people coming from the east hesitate because they're not used to it. I was not sure, only seeing the red blinker, wasn't sure what they were seeing. And so to me, it causes some confusion. I know that we don't have direct control over it, but I'm wondering if we can't advise them somehow that that's not, and I haven't detected when it goes into a flashing pattern instead of a consistent traffic pattern. They have the red on the state highway and the yellow on the Main Street parts. I'm not sure that's the most logical way to do it. I'm not sure if they can't divide up the signals so that it's yellow, yellow, and red, or if they just did it out of convenience, or how they did it, or even why they did it. I can understand that at times, for example, on weekends, Sundays in particular, it may have less traffic, it may be an advantage of not having cars stop there and waiting, but I'm not sure the logic of how they've got it patterned is the best for our city, especially when you view the fact that that's a state highway that turns there, and making the state highway stop for the county road coming in may seem a continuous idea of traffic flow, but I don't think it's the best one. And so I was wondering if we could think that through a little bit and maybe give them some preferences as how we would like to see that blinker operate.
Is it
And try to discern when they have the blinker pattern going.
Do you know anything about that, Chief?
You know, the only thing I think is the building here on the
Right.
corner, he was working today.
Well, yeah, it works most of the time during the day, but then there's often times when it goes into blinking pattern.
Yesterday when I came up about 4, it was blinking.
I know last week there was a big MDOT truck there, they were doing some work, so I don't know if it was a problem or what.
And I think it causes confusion because people are so used to having a traffic flow
Right.
that when they come up to that intersection, you're not sure what the other person's seeing,
Perfect sense.
and you know what you're doing. But if I was coming from the east, I'd be a little hesitant just charging through that intersection
Right.
anyhow.
Is this, now, how long has this been going on?
Well, we had a considerable discussion about this morning at the coffee table.
I'm sure you did.
And, you know, because it changes, and they wanted to know why then. And of course, I didn't know why, but perhaps it's still a trial thing, and they're trying to figure out which is going to be best. I certainly,
How do
I
they know
certainly
if they
think,
don't put,
Crashes.
you know, unless they're putting strips down to count or video equipment to see how the traffic is going, how do they know what works best?
What time of day have you guys seen this going on?
Random.
Random, like so broad day, like 2 in the afternoon, broad daylight?
Jane just said 4 in the afternoon.
Or, yeah.
And I noticed that Sunday coming home from church right after noon,
Okay, so.
and that's what threw me, is because I came up that intersection, and I noticed I had the red blinker, and here comes these traffic from the county road buzzing right straight through.
But sometimes it's operating normally, like
Yes.
as a traffic.
Right.
Could it be, you said you saw an MDOT truck out there, when was that?
It was one day last week, they were out there working.
I wonder if it's not a malfunction or something. Because if it's switching back and forth, that seems odd.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Today
sometimes-
I think the important thing is, whatever
Lincoln first thing.
they decide when, that, you know, it's gotta be consistent, it
Yes.
can't be changing in and out.
Well, and I gotta think, well, I'm wondering if there's not something wrong with it, because I know like during power outages and stuff, they default to blinking yellows and blinking reds, so I'm wondering if it's not some sort of power issue to it. So I'll reach out to the necessary channels and see what's going on, and say, you know, we've had some dissatisfaction in the city, and see if we
But
can.
Carl's right, we don't have much to say about it, except influence somebody.
Yeah, I mean, we have a good working relationship with
Yeah.
the county and the road commission and all those agencies, so I'll just say we've seen some differences, and maybe they'll be happy to hear about it, maybe they think they have it fixed and they don't, so I don't know.
And I wondered if it had something to do with the construction of the gas
Me
station.
as
They had
well.
like turn off the electric and have it go on like backup.
Or if they had equipment in there at one point during the day, and then the county worked with the contractor saying, you know, we're gonna have equipment in the road, so we might need to do a, you know, a four-way there or something, I don't know, and then maybe they just didn't set it back the way it needs to be, so. Yeah, I'll reach out and see what's going on, and then come back with answers at the next meeting.
Thank you.
The fire department electrical, looks like we have a bid.
I'll let Brian Brazenton, the fire chief, go ahead and explain this.
I don't know if you want me to run right down through it here, but we've got 2 HID exterior lights outside that are mercury lights. We'd like to upgrade to an LED and also add 1 light to the north side of the building to light up the sidewalk back there. Replacing 2 man door halogen lights, again with LEDs. Within our truck bays, it's dark when we walk in there. We'd like to install 1 light that stays on all the time, basically kind of like a night light. We've got some emergency lighting that's old, outdated, and isn't working properly. Again, update to a LED light and add in a GFI outlet so that we can run some heat tape down our roof drain that keeps freezing every spring.
Nice. And keep in mind, this would be paid for out of the fire department's budget, it's already existing. But they need to see, any changes, material changes to the building, according to the agreement we have, because it's a city-owned building, they have to seek endorsement from the commission. So that's what Brian's doing here tonight. He'd like to have a motion to endorse this contract as presented.
Make that motion to endorse it.
Support.
Moved and supported to approve the electrical repairs to the fire department building as presented. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thanks for explaining that to us and getting that information for our consideration.
Thank you. Can I say one more thing, please?
Sure.
While I got the floor, I guess.
Certainly.
I would like to express our appreciation to Ken Burris for the time that he spent on our fire board. A lot got accomplished while he was there, and I don't want it to go unnoticed. So thank you very much, Ken. Appreciate your time.
Any other public comments?
I just want to let you know that tomorrow, the You Think Montcalm Drug-Free Community Coalition is going to be voting to approve a new fiduciary. And so we're really excited about that. The new fiduciary is Montcalm Care Network, formerly Montcalm Behavioral Health. And so we're really looking forward to building some more capacity and having more community people involved in the coalition. And so anything that we can do to help our community become a place where every life is valued and there are fewer opportunities for people to abuse substances or have substances available to them that would really harm not only them, but also our community as well. So we're really excited about the coming changes, and so I just wanted to share that with you.
Thank you.
I can help clear up, Carl, just popped in my head now. I'm allowed to pump 300,000 gallons of sewer, treated wastewater every day. It has really nothing to do with the ratio between drinking water and wastewater. I hold my wastewater all winter long, 4 months. So during my pumping time, I'm allowed to pump 300,000 gallons a day. So that adds up to be a lot more than our average of 120,000 gallons of drinking water a day. That's what you're seeing
That's why
for
you're
like a
seeing
monthly total.
More, yeah.
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yep. And then,
that makes perfect sense.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other public comments? Do you have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Moved and supported to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you for coming.
Try next time.
Are you gonna put this in the Dropbox? Try it again.
you know, maybe I'll just like wait 4 minutes. or-
You want to give us the final details for the party Thursday night?
Oh, yeah, for those of you that are planning on attending the city Christmas party, will take place here. Get here around 6 o'clock, we're hoping to have dinner served and plated around 6:30. Families welcome to dinner.
She's made
My
it.
wife and I will be making dinner and serving and all that stuff.
Good trip, no problem.
This Thursday, this Thursday at 6 o'clock.
Not there, no. Not that I know of. One time they were open to a
I think we have 26, and there's some small.
Yes, wrap up that.
What's on the menu?
Turkey, ham, potatoes.
Right? Imagine paid for it.
Wow!
We either gonna sell it or lease it out.
I was gonna say, we were gonna have whatever's left over in the fridge and my husband's not into
They won't
leftovers.
get back to like the first.
You know, that many people, it almost makes sense, just make a lot of sense.
Kinda odd that they go to
He's
Canada, right, over the winter. Kinda
Anything
going the opposite way.
It's just like leftovers, what are these? Like I cooked for 8, so what if there's 2 of us?
We had the Lakeview one last night at McKenna's, and we had a lot, we had 2 turkeys. We had
We have one
yards
each.
of cheese.
We have one, I think, it's only second each.
And, we had, so we took 2 turkeys, so we put 11 on that. I had 2 meals today, I had leftover turkey and potatoes.
My cat's not eating our leftover turkey because my husband doesn't want it.
We're just barely getting done with Thanksgiving leftover.
That's what I said, my cat's eating the last of our turkey. She's happy about it.
Yeah, we do. I talked to
Looking
this
forward
guy
to
about it, he was supposed to get back to work there, so I'll talk to him.
They don't say anything.
The Grove Street one? No, we're leaving that. Yeah, it was, we walked through it, so we should have looked at all the, status still good, so figured it had to. So we're hoping to.
And this track, it did, this worked out the right. You just don't want to take a chance. Right in the spring though. Yeah. And what I plan on doing is taking, I was gonna buy a tentative plan. Carry town. But if I do,
His boot is so stiff.
you know,
I'm ready for this. It's like that.
yeah, Ron's got that, and they drive right across the street. And even if you're
Ingraded there.
that was good. Yeah, I got with the rock and
How's Carl? Oh, they're getting by.